We have been able to play the Mississippi map for the past day now, and I put a good 6-7 hours in, and here is what my first impression of the map and the update as a whole has been. And let me just put this out there. It does look like I might have to eat my own words, because EW actually did a pretty darn good job with this update. So let's start with that. The update itself, all the bug fixes and the introduction of new things has actually gone pretty smooth. There's been a few issues with the Xbox people not being able to find their DLCs in the store, and that probably is the worst bug that I've heard reported. So all in all, this has been a really smooth release, so very, very awesome job, EW. It was what we needed, especially upon having so many messed up releases lately. And then seeing you actually get around to it and get something as good as this out without having too many bugs and fixing a lot of the bugs that was really annoying. However, obviously, not everything is rainbows and butterflies. What the hell? Like, what is this giant E doing on my screen all of a sudden? The tracking does seem to be a little off, but I guess that's what they call the quality of life fixing, with the tracking system being redone a little. But I am missing so many tracks simply when I'm running around, and that is a little bit of meh. But I don't know, man. Like, for real, what is this? It's not very easy to spot. That big E popping up on your screen. If you're driving the ATV or you want to be jumping on it, there is just a big old space bar across the entire screen as well that makes you basically want to... Yeah, I don't know. It feels to me... It's very immersion breaking compared to the old E button was. But I'm sure they had their reasons to change it. I'm not a big fan of it personally, but... They have fixed the fast traveling issues on Yukon and SAP. The hold your breath thing is unfortunately still an issue, which I know triggers quite a few people that they're not going to be able to hear whenever they're readying up for a shot. But all in all, it has been a really smooth release and very nice bug fixes coming in as well. There is some texture issues when you shoot animals, especially on Vohonga. I noticed that actually, that some of the animals, they look like they go into a 90s rave, dude. Like we got red, brown, warthog looking like it's, I don't know, man. It looked weird, but I'm sure they'll get around to fix that eventually. Also the greyhound, no, not greyhound, the gray fox here on Mississippi has some real impressive whiskers, and I don't know what has gone wrong there. And another thing with this update that I clearly feel the need that we should be talking about as well. Have you guys seen how amazing the black bear fur now looks? This is the dusky variant on my male diamond right here. And that is pretty dang cool. They look so good now. The art they've done to the fur has definitely done a lot of good. But as I said, in the harvest screen of a lot of the animals, unfortunately, it is now actually messing out a little bit. We have a cinnamon diamond right here as well. I'm really, really happy that I have these already, so I don't really need to go out and hunt them too much to try and get them. But definitely, the dusky one of my favorite ones. This cinnamon one is looking pretty cool as well, but this is awesome. They look really, really good. But let's get on to the DLC and my thoughts about that. Holy smokes, it is a wet one. I think 90% of the time running around out here, it is pouring down rain. Obviously, we're in the bayou, so it is expected to be a little wet. However, I really wouldn't mind them turning it down a little, just for the sake of the gameplay. It would have been a pretty nice thing for me. The gators seem to be working pretty well. There is, however, a little bit of issues with them doing the Jesus walk. Right there, you see them walking on water. Whenever you then take a shot at them, if you don't drop them on the spot kind of thing, they go to the bottom of the ocean. That one even died. It went 0 to 25 before it hit the bottom, but it can't be how they're supposed to work, at least walking around on top of the water like that. But in general, they've actually they've actually surprised me not breaking the entire game, which is super nice. It's just still the thing of them not having the true size is a big deal for me, because they're scoring them on length, and visually all of them look the same. So unfortunately, that is a little bit of a meh for me. However, they look really, really good. And that actually goes for all of the new animals, I feel like. The gray fox looks super awesome. The raccoons, I've had both blondes and more regular ones. They're actually really awesome as well. But I just gotta be honest, I don't think this map is meant for me. I'm missing a big antlered species or something that will keep coming me back to the map as soon as I got a diamond gator. We got a little bit of the rares and such going on as well. I don't see a whole lot of draw to get back out here. And the play style that I have, where you usually run around a lot and love those big open areas where like Wahonga and SRP, I don't find that a whole lot on this map. So in general, I just gotta be honest and say that I think this, in my opinion, is a mediocre map at best, down around the Rancho de la Hoyo and Te Avaroa releases in terms of how good I feel the map is. It doesn't mean that it's a shit map, it just means that I'm not gonna... It's never gonna be one of my favorite maps at all. One of the things that could have changed it obviously would be the true size to the gators, and having had some waterfowl on here, I feel like it is a really missed opportunity. I know that they're working on the rework and all that, but I would have made more sense in my brain to hold off with this map until they had done the rework and then introduce it with some wood duck, pintail and such as well, which definitely would have done a lot for the ambience and just in general would have done a lot for the map. I feel like with having so much water and only thing that you're scouting for is going to be gators, I do believe that that is a bit of a missed opportunity. I'm still gonna rate it a big 3, small 4 in terms of as I said, my rankings, and that's out of 10, which basically puts it to the same place as maybe a little better than Rancho, but the thing that I hope was actually gonna save this DLC was the 22 Hornet, and that turns out to be complete garbage. However, I do not see a world where EW is not gonna try to boost it at some point, because they've had a habit of whenever they included any weapons in the map packs, like you have Yukon with the 300, you had to have Roa with the 303, they have always been really good. It has always been, oh, this could potentially make it into the meta loadout. The 22 Hornet is not anywhere close to going into the loadout. It still seems to be the Virant and the 243 if you want to cover the 1 and 2 bases. It also sounds like the 243, which is kind of throwing me off a little, but all in all, it has been a very smooth release, and that's basically everything that I want to take away from it. The True Rex for Kudo looks really good as well, so well done on that. It's a massive step in the right direction with this release, and as I said, I hope that EW was going to be able to prove me wrong, but I had no faith in them getting the mechanics of the gators and all that down to an enjoyable level, and I must say they have surprised me, and they have actually done a pretty darn good job. I will not be jumping on the massive hype train that a lot of the other creators has been on and saying that this is like probably gonna be one of their favorite maps. The vibe that I get out here is that I'm depressed 90% of the time because it's all gray and dark and it's just not really doing a whole lot for me. But I'm happy to see so many people being happy with the map and actually enjoying and having a good time out here. So all in all, it has been a massive dub for EWs, and congratulations on that. And I hope it spells good things going forward, because my lodge wasn't broken. The fixes that we were hoping for has been implemented, and I haven't seen a whole lot of other game-breaking stuff. So all in all, it has been a super awesome release, and yeah, it it's just a shame for me that the map doesn't appeal more to me than it does, because, as I said, I'm more a SRP and Vohanga kind of guy, and this one definitely has a feel of being more a mix of Te Avaroa and Parque Fernando, which obviously appeals to other people. So you can't please everybody, and let's just please not have another North American map as the next one. I mean, I was already on the fence with getting back-to-back North American maps, so now we've had North American maps enough for a while. EW, thank you so very much for watching.